Let me throw something your way. What if I said that dedicating just 1 hour each day, yes, just 60 minutes, could completely transform your life? Would you be skeptical? Most likely. Why? Because many have bought into the myth that change requires a miracle, or that success is all about luck, long hours, or being born into the right circumstances. But I'm here to debunk that myth. It kicks off with just 1 hour. 1 hour of focus, 1 hour of commitment, 1 hour where you invest in yourself instead of watching others live their lives. You see, everybody's busy, but how many are genuinely growing? They scroll, they rush, they repeat the same patterns, but they rarely pause to reflect. And because they don't take that moment to think, they never evolve. But you're different. You're on a quest. You're ready to level up. Today, we're diving into that transformative hour that can revamp your habits, boost your income, enhance your relationships, and even shape your legacy. Remember, success isn't a fluke. It's a series of daily choices. And guess what? You don't need to wait for the new year, seek approval, or wait for a lucky break. All you need is 1 hour a day. Let's kick things off. Reclaim that first hour of your day. Here's the thing, how you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. This isn't just a routine, it's a ritual. That first hour is your launch pad, your bedrock. Sadly, too many people surrender it. They wake up and immediately grab their phones, checking messages, the news, and everyone else's updates. But what they neglect to check is themselves. They don't ask, what do I want from today? Who do I need to become? What am I building? If you don't set your mindset in that first hour, the world will do it for you. And trust me, it's not always looking out for your best interests. It'll bombard you with distractions and chaos, leaving you responding to life rather than crafting it. So here's my challenge to you. Take back that first hour and make it yours. Before the emails ping, before you dive into social media, before the madness begins, wake up a little earlier, not because it's trendy, but because it's revolutionary. Use that hour to nurture yourself. Read 10 pages of an inspiring book, jot down 3 things you're grateful for, plan your day, visualize your goals, stretch your body, hydrate, sit in silence. Do everything that the old version of you never made time for. The truth is, if you conquer that first hour, you'll conquer the day. And if you rack up enough victorious days, you'll win at life. Now, some may say, I'm not a morning person. But success doesn't care about your preferences. Discipline isn't asking for your feelings. Do you think the achievers of this world leap out of bed with trumpets announcing their arrival? Nope. They commit, they train, they build habits. And you can do the same. So starting tomorrow, strike a deal with yourself. Before you engage with the world, connect with your future. Use that first hour not to consume, but to create. Don't just wake up, rise up, because your future isn't waiting until 11 a.m. It's ready for you at $6. Seize it, build it strong. When the day kicks off, you'll already be ahead, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. You won't just be prepared, you'll be unstoppable. That's how transformation begins. Now that you've reclaimed the first hour, the next step is to protect it like it's treasure. Because let me tell you, people will try to snatch it away. Not with force, but with notifications, requests, and trivial tasks. A simple hey, can derail your entire hour, leaving you pouring your energy into someone else's agenda. Understand this, that hour is not free, it's not casual, it's sacred and strategic. If you don't defend it, no one else will. Time is akin to money, but losing it can be even more detrimental. You can earn another dollar, but you can never reclaim an hour. So, what's the solution? Put up a protective barrier. Declare, this is my hour. No calls, no emails, no scrolling, no distractions. Not because you're being rude, but because you're serious. You must take your hour as seriously as a craftsman takes his tools or a farmer takes his soil. Utilize this hour wisely, and it will reward you tenfold in clarity, skill, results, income, and confidence. But remember, don't trade it for trivialities. Don't swap gold for crumbs. That's what happens when you think, I'll just check this one thing, or let me respond quickly. Suddenly, your prime hour is spent reacting to the world instead of reconstructing your own. So here's a habit for you. Each night, carve out that hour in your schedule, label it, and make it non-negotiable. Let your family, friends, and even yourself know that this is your time to grow, to think, to create, and to build. If they don't honor it, teach them to respect it, not with anger, but with consistency. When you value your time, others will begin to value you. The rule is simple. If it doesn't foster your growth, it doesn't get your hour, period. This isn't just about getting things done. It's about prioritizing what truly matters. It's about declaring that your future is worth defending. That first hour is your front line. Guard it fiercely, because it's the hour that distinguishes the average from the extraordinary, the aimless from the leader, the talker from the doer. If you protect it today, you'll celebrate it tomorrow. Now, it's not enough to just claim and guard that hour. You need to know how to use it wisely. That's where many stumble. They're busy, they're active, but are they focusing on the right tasks? Here's the reality. Action without direction can lead to frustration. It's like running on a treadmill, working hard but getting nowhere. So, before you dive into your hour, before you crack open that book or start a project, pause and ask yourself a powerful question. Where am I headed? This question unlocks everything. Without a clear direction, you won't make progress. You might move, but you won't reach your destination. Direction acts as your compass, while action fuels your engine. You need both. Let's make this practical. At the start of your hour, dedicate just 3 minutes to gain clarity. Ask yourself, what's my goal? What skill am I developing? What improvement am I pursuing today? And most importantly, why does this matter to me? Write it down. Don't keep it in your head. Putting it on paper turns clarity into focused action. As Jim Rohn said, reasons come first, answers come second. You need to understand your why, because once you do, everything else will fall into place. But here's a warning. If you skip this step and jump straight into action without intention, you'll waste your most precious resource, your focus. What's worse, you'll confuse activity with genuine progress. You may feel productive, yet remain stagnant. That's why direction is more crucial than speed. It doesn't matter how fast you're moving if you're heading in the wrong direction. So take the time to aim, to inquire, to align your actions with your desired outcomes. A man with direction may move slowly, but he travels further. So tomorrow morning, as your hour unfolds, don't just dive in. Start with decisive thought. Decide who you wish to become. Decide what truly matters. Decide which step brings you closer to the life you envision. Because having direction transforms your hour into a purposeful mission. And when you live with intention, you'll embark on an entirely new path. One that is clear, focused, and deliberate, leading to real change. Lastly, remember this. Learn for an hour, grow for a lifetime. One of the most valuable lessons I've learned is that success doesn't stem from mere doing. It comes from knowing what to do. The moment you stop learning is the moment you halt your growth. The good news, learning is straightforward. It doesn't require returning to school or investing in pricey programs. It's about dedicating just one focused hour each day to nourish your mind. That hour is your secret edge, your ultimate tool. While others are getting lost in distractions, you're investing in your growth. As Jim Rohn wisely noted, formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. So, what do you focus on during that hour? Dive into books, absorb insights from mentors, explore success stories, and study personal development, communication, health, wealth, and mindset. The elements that truly make a difference. The more you learn, the more you expand your horizons, and the better choices you'll make. And remember, this isn't a passive activity. You're not simply scrolling through quotes and hoping for inspiration to strike. You're intentional. You actively choose that book, that course, that notebook, and say, "This is my growth hour." Let me share something with you. Dedicating just 1 hour each day can lead to remarkable transformation. Over the course of a year, that amounts to 65 hours, equivalent to more than 9 full-time work weeks devoted to enriching your mind. Commit to this for a year and you'll hardly recognize yourself. Your vocabulary expands, your confidence soars, your speech becomes clearer, your thoughts sharpen, and you find solutions to challenges that once seemed insurmountable. Why does this happen? Because you're gradually accumulating knowledge piece by piece, page by page, lesson by lesson. And the best part? This wisdom is yours to keep. Skills can be developed, confidence can be nurtured, knowledge can grow, and it all starts with that one dedicated hour. So what's next? Prepare your materials before that hour begins. Don't let randomness dictate your learning. Stack 3 books on your desk, queue up that podcast, or open the online course you've been delaying. When that hour arrives, dive in with focus. Every time you engage your mind, you're also expanding your potential. A person who learns daily learns continuously. So don't skip this opportunity. Don't rush through it. Make learning a daily habit, and you'll create a lifestyle of success. Remember, 1 hour of hands-on practice is worth more than 10 hours of theory. Let's be clear. Knowledge is powerful, but knowledge without action is just entertainment. You can devour books, binge watch instructional videos, or listen to countless podcasts, but if you don't apply what you've learned, you're not growing. You're merely hoarding information. Success arises not from what you know, but from what you do. Let me reiterate, 1 hour of practice outshines 10 hours of theory. Why? Because action is where true skills are forged. You don't become a great speaker by merely reading about public speaking. You don't achieve fitness by just studying workout plans. Mastery comes from active engagement, not observation. Now, here's a common pitfall. Many people wait until they feel ready or confident, or until everything is perfect, before taking action. But here's the reality. Confidence is birthed through action. Every time you practice, you sharpen your skills. Every attempt makes you better. Each time you show up, you grow. This is crucial for that hour. At least part of it should be hands-on. If you're learning to write, then write something. If you're honing your speaking skills, practice out loud. If you're diving into business, draft that plan, pitch your ideas, make that call. If design is your focus, open the software and create. No more hesitating or over-preparing, just do it. Repetition is the cornerstone of skill development, not perfection. You don't need to nail it the first time, you just need to start. Then refine, enhance, and polish your work. That's how professionals are forged. And here's another key point. With daily practice, your progress becomes tangible. You can feel it, you can measure it. You'll begin to trust yourself, and self-trust is a powerful ally. A person who believes in their own efforts becomes unstoppable. So here's your challenge. Take what you learned yesterday and put it into action today. Even if it's messy, small, or feels awkward, just begin. Because action transforms knowledge into power, and 1 hour of bold, focused, imperfect action can reshape your life far more than a lifetime spent contemplating it. Reflect, refine, repeat. Remember, life doesn't improve just by moving forward. It flourishes when you pause to reflect with intention. Too many rush from one day to the next without asking the critical question, how did I do today? That's where real growth happens, not just in the doing, but in the reviewing. As Jim Rohn famously said, a life worth living is a life worth recording. I'll add that a life that's recorded is one that continually improves. Now let's break it down. At the end of your hour, Yes, at the end, not later, not tomorrow, spend 5 minutes reflecting. What did you learn? What did you achieve? What challenged you? How can you do better tomorrow? It's not complicated, it just requires honesty. Most people skip this step because it forces them to confront their own habits and reveals whether they're truly progressing or merely going in circles. But here's the power of reflection. It brings clarity. Clarity fosters improvement, and improvement results in success. After reflecting, don't stop there. Refine your process. What can be tightened, removed, added, enhanced, or simplified? You don't need a radical overhaul every week. Just small adjustments over time can lead to excellence. Think of it this way. Airplanes are off course 90% of the time, yet they constantly recalibrate and still reach their destinations. Why? Because they reflect, refine, and repeat. Now, that's your new formula. Every hour you invest in yourself, reflect on it, refine it, and repeat it the next day, just a little better. Do that for a week and you'll notice a shift. Do it for a month and others will notice. Do it for a year and your life will be transformed. Those who learn from experience progress slowly, but those who learn from evaluated experience accelerate rapidly, growing strong and wise. So don't just live your life. Examine it, shape it, elevate it, reflect, refine, repeat. That's how you elevate yourself from ordinary to exceptional. Now, let's talk about health. 1 hour of daily exercise can be your ticket to better well-being. Remember, your body isn't just a vehicle, it's the engine of your life. If that engine breaks down, nothing else matters. Your dreams, your goals, even your finances can't save you. When your health falters, everything else slows to a crawl. The connection between body and mind is undeniable. You can't think clearly when you're fatigued, lead effectively when you're weak, or build anything significant when you're burnt out. So what's the solution? Invest 1 hour a day in the most vital asset you possess, your body. You don't need to become a bodybuilder or run marathons. You just need to move, breathe, stretch, and sweat. Honoring your health elevates your energy, and with increased energy comes greater results. Remember, energy is the fuel for achievement. Want sharper focus? Move. Want heightened motivation? Get your heart rate up. Seeking tranquility? Breathe deeply. The best part? It doesn't require all day, just 1 focused hour. Take a morning walk, stretch, practice yoga, lift weights, or simply step outside to soak in the sun and fresh air. As Jim Rohn wisely said, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. But beware, neglect is insidious. It starts quietly. A few missed workouts, too many processed meals, a few extra hours spent sitting. Slowly but surely, your body begins to break down. It's a gradual process, often unnoticed, until it manifests in doctor's bills, energy crashes, or missed opportunities because you weren't strong enough to seize them. Discipline is light, regret is heavy. So claim that hour, protect it, use it to build your strength alongside your skills. You can't give your best if you're running on empty. You can't inspire others if you can't even lift yourself. You can't fulfill your purpose if you're constantly battling pain. Starting today, treat your health as if your future depends on it, because it does. Invest 1 hour daily to walk, stretch, fuel, rest, and keep the doctor away while keeping success close. Now let's talk about wealth. Remember, profits outperform wages. Wages pay the bills, but profits build your fortune. To create profits, you don't need endless hours or a large team. You don't even need permission, just 1 focused hour. The majority of people come home from work and switch off, thinking they've done enough. They sit, scroll, watch, and then wonder why nothing changes. But that quiet hour right after dinner, that's your golden opportunity. It's your time to craft something of your own, not for your boss, not for a paycheck, but for your future. In that hour, you can start a side hustle, learn a new skill, write, plan, sell, or build. You don't need a fancy office or perfect conditions, just a bit of hunger and 1 hour that you don't waste on the world. Be honest, the results won't appear overnight, but that's not the point. The goal is to build momentum. 1 hour a day, 5 hours a week, 260 hours a year, that's substantial. It's enough time to launch a product, start a brand, or create a future, but only if you treat that hour as a treasure, not as wasted time, but as a foundation for growth. You don't create wealth through wishes. You create your future through effort, quiet, dedicated, and consistent effort when no one's looking. And here's the kicker. If you stick with it long enough, one day you'll turn around and see that those little hours have transformed your confidence, boosted your income, and granted you independence. It all kicks off with a simple choice. Stop squandering those quiet moments and start using them to build your empire. Now, let's dive into something that many success guides overlook: relationships. What's the point of having wealth, a fit body, a sharp mind, a hefty bank balance? If you don't have someone to share it with, success is just a hollow victory. A fulfilling life isn't built solely on businesses or routines. It's built on nurturing connections, and that takes time, attention, and presence. The good news, just like you accumulate wealth 1 quiet hour at a time, you can also cultivate relationships the same way. 1 hour of genuine conversation, 1 hour of active listening, not just hearing, 1 hour of putting the phone down and making eye contact. Remember, people won't recall your words as much as they will remember how you made them feel, and they'll feel valued when you give them your time. I'm not asking for 10 hours a week or for you to become a therapist. Just dedicate 1 hour to someone important in your life, your spouse, child, parent, mentor, or friend. Don't just coexist in the same space. Be present, ask questions, share stories, laugh a little, or simply enjoy the silence together, because true presence is powerful. When you do this, trust blossoms, barriers dissolve, love multiplies, and connections deepen. You don't need an extravagant dinner or a lavish trip. All it takes is 1 distraction-free hour filled with your heart. Those who excel at building meaningful relationships are the ones who ultimately thrive, because in life's storms, and they will come, money won't comfort you, and success won't embrace you, but relationships will. So carve out that hour. Make it intentional. If you neglect to invest in people, you might find yourself one day surrounded by material things, yet feeling utterly alone. The reality is this: a rich life isn't just about milestones, it's about the memories you create. And those memories are forged in moments, starting with just 1 hour. The next time you ponder success, remember this: don't just shape your future. Invest in your relationships 1 hour at a time. Stack those hours, stack your future. You've heard it before. Success builds 1 step at a time. Let's reframe that. Success is constructed 1 hour at a time. 1 hour of discipline, 1 hour of learning, 1 hour of building, 1 hour dedicated to your mind, body, and future. Here's the catch. Most people underestimate what 1 hour a day can do. They think, it's just an hour. What's the difference? Let's break it down. 1 hour a day equals 7 hours a week, over 300 hours a year, more than 7 full-time weeks. Imagine what you could achieve with 7 full-time weeks, focused solely on your growth. Write a book, learn a valuable skill, launch a business, enhance your health, master your mindset, or even revamp your life. But you won't accomplish it in a hurry. It's about stacking those hours, one atop the other, each building on the last, brick by brick, quietly, steadily, and strongly. That's how you craft a future, not through bursts of energy, but through consistent efforts. Here's the secret: small disciplines don't remain small. They grow, multiply, and shape who you become. Each hour you dedicate is a vote for your future. You're declaring, I'm not wasting my life. I'm not waiting for luck. I'm building something meaningful. That daily decision generates momentum, confidence, and tangible results. When you tally the hours, you tally the progress, and that progress reshapes your identity. You transition from being a bystander to a builder. Now, there will be days when you miss that hour. That's all right. You're human. Just don't let one missed hour spiral into a missed week or year. Always come back and resume stacking because time keeps ticking. One day, the question won't be did you dream big, but rather, did you make the most of your hours? So, stack them, safeguard them. One day, you'll realize you didn't just change your habits, you transformed your life. That 1 hour, an hour of learning, an hour of creation, an hour of self-care might initially feel insignificant, like nothing is happening. But day by day, hour by hour, change is brewing. You're evolving into someone new, not overnight, not by chance, but by choice. Here's a truth you can bet on. You don't transform your life in one giant leap. You do it one consistent hour at a time. It's the hour you showed up when it was tough, the hour you chose growth over comfort, the hour you practiced instead of procrastinating, the hour you listened, loved, focused, and created. Those hours wield incredible power. They rewire your mind, reshape your habits, and rebuild your confidence. 1 hour at a time, you begin to trust yourself again, proving that discipline isn't just a buzzword, it's a lifestyle. The best part? You don't need to overhaul everything. You just need to change one thing: how you spend your time. That's your turning point. If you can master 1 hour, you can eventually master your day. If you can control your day, you can shape your future. So remember this: success isn't a matter of luck, mystery, or magic. It's discipline applied every day. And that discipline doesn't require all your energy. It just takes 1 hour every day without excuses. One day, you'll look in the mirror and see that you haven't just rearranged your schedule. You've transformed your identity. You've become the person who shows up, who follows through, who lives with intention and purpose, who builds with wisdom. That's the new you, born from just 1 hour. Keep it going, stay consistent, guard that hour, and honor the process. It's not just about how you spend your time, it's about how you shape your life. Start today, not tomorrow. You've heard it all: the habits, the hour, the truth. So what's next? I'll tell you. Start today, not tomorrow. Tomorrow is a promise, today is a choice. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It never arrives. Just begin. Choose 1 hour. Claim it. Schedule it. Protect it as if your future depends on it, because it does. You don't need to be extraordinary. Just be willing to show up. Remember, change doesn't occur when you know what to do. It happens when you take action. You have the roadmap, the steps, the power. So don't walk away from this with just a sense of inspiration. Leave activated. Decide right now, what hour will you reclaim? What will you create? Who will you become? If you dedicate 1 hour a day to growth, purpose, vision, health, relationships, and your future, a year from now, you'll be living a life you once only dreamed of. So start today, not because it's easy, but because it's worthwhile. 1 hour, one decision, a new you. Let that be your journey.